Herzlich willkommen zur Pressekonferenz hier im Rahmen von OKTAGON 62.
Welcome to the press conference of Octagon 62. Today we broke the record. We had the most fans in attendance.
I would like to ask two questions to two fighters. First one is going to be for Mallory Martin, the new Octagon championess sitting next to me. How do you feel coming to Frankfurt on so-called hostile territory and winning the title here? What is your perception of the fans here?
I honestly didn't think about it. I was obviously kind of nervous building up to it, and but it was just distraction and all noise to me, and I had a job to do, and that was to defeat Katarina. So everything besides inside the cage was just noise. Didn't care.
Okay, thank you. Eine weitere habe ich noch an einen deutschen Kämpfer, der sitzt hier ganz drüben, Dennis Ilbay.
And now I have a question for a German fighter, Dennis Ilbay.
Deinem Vater. Ich finde, ihr seid ein klasse Team. Ich würde gerne mal wissen, was die Reaktion von deinem Vater nach diesem Kampf war.
So what did he tell you after the fight?
So wie immer, hat sich, glaube ich, noch mehr gefreut als ich, weil
the same thing he always does. Of course, he was even more happy. He was even happier than I was.
Wir wissen beide, dass das eine echt beschissene, sage ich mal so, Vorbereitung.
Now we both know that preparation is incredibly tough. I was sick, I was ill during the preparation. It sucked, man. It was just shit. I've been working on my weight for the past 2 weeks. It was really difficult.
Okay, danke schön.
And he was much happier than I was. That I got the win.
Marian Schuster, Daying Sport. Question for Will Fleury. How serious are you about that short notice fight with Carlos Vemola?
That's exactly what I said, man. I'm very serious about that. Look, you saw the fight tonight. I came out with no damage. I'm ready to go again in 4 weeks, no problem. So, whenever he wants to do it, man. It doesn't have to be 4 weeks' time. It can be in Prague. It can be wherever. But I'm the #1 contender now. If you're going to be the champion, you have to fight me. So whenever, wherever, just tell me when.
Wouldn't it be too hard to cut weight till 4 weeks?
No problem, man. I made weight easy this time. But, guys, be professionals. Let me know when. I'll be there. I'll show up. Like, the lads today did an incredible job. 60,000 people here. Amazing. Well done. I did my job, too. You know, I think everybody who saw me fight tonight knows, oh, shit, this guy's legit. Great. Give me the opportunity to go and prove it again. I'll show up. I'll be professional again.
Is Carlos the hardest possible challenge in Octagon in your mind?
No, I don't think so. I don't think Carlos is going to fight me. I think he's going to make every excuse he can, but I'd be very, very surprised if that fight actually happens. I'm going to keep calling for it. But, look, they have some good guys, Montignac, but ultimately they're going to have to sign somebody big and they're going to have to get me to fight for the title against somebody legit, and we can build a real show out of that. And look, Carlos is a huge name. I would love to fight him. Like, if he takes that fight, I'll be very, very, very happy. But I don't expect him to.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Jakub von der MMA ohne Maske. Frage an Hafeni. Hafeni, Glückwunsch erstmal. Du hast heute
A question for Hafeni. Congratulations on your win. Today you got a W against Topolai. He was a very tough opponent. So how did you work out with all the booing in the arena?
Du hast gewonnen, klasse Leistung abgeliefert, aber trotzdem würdest du
You won, but the stadium was booing you. How did that make you feel? It was no problem for me. I didn't care. My job was to deliver the win, and I really didn't care about the booing or the whistling. Who would you like to fight next? I have no specific name in mind, I just want to fight. Whoever Octagon gives me, I'll fight that guy.
Nächste Frage an Will Fleury.
Next question to Will Fleury.
Ziemlich schnell gewonnen, durch K.O. Was war für Game
Today, you got a very quick win against Langer. So, what are your next plans?
Carlos is my next plan. Or whoever wants to come and challenge me for that belt now. I'm the #1 contender. He's supposed to be the champion. If he doesn't want to defend that belt, somebody has to step up and I have to fight someone for the belt. So that's the plan.
Okay. Nächste Frage an Arian Topalay. Arian, heute war es wahrscheinlich nicht dein Tag.
Next question for Topolai.
Wie gut war der
Today
Hafeni
wasn't
auf dem
your
Boden?
day.
Und warum hat es halt heute
How good was
nicht
Hafeni
funktioniert? Weil
on the
wir haben
ground,
zwei brutale
wrestling?
Performances gesehen bei OKTAGON.
And why did your game plan did not work out? We saw brutal performances from you in Octagon. Why didn't it happen today? Well, Hafeni just did his homework. He really fought well, and I need to give my respect to him. Today, he was the better fighter.
Nächste Frage an Mago Machaev. Glückwunsch, du hast heute gegen einen sehr
Next
starken
question
Händler
for Mago
gewonnen.
Makaev.
Wie sind deine
Congratulations.
Gefühle so jetzt nach dem Kampf und wie ist die Resonanz
How do you
in
feel
Österreich
after your
vor
fight?
diesem Kampf?
How does it resonate with your Austrian fans? Yeah, it was a huge match. I had a great opponent, and I'm really happy to have gotten the win. I would like to thank my team. I'd like to thank Octagon for giving me the opportunity to have this platform here.
Verloren in einem Rematch. Aber sag mal,
Katarina, you lost the belt in this rematch.
Wie geil war es in Frankfurt vor 60.000 Leuten einzulaufen?
What did it feel
Alle haben
like
zugejubelt. Erzähl mal so
fighting
ein
in
bisschen
Frankfurt
nach dem Kampf,
in
wie
front
war
of
das?
60,000 fans, no matter how it ended up? I was really grateful to have been part of this event today. And before the event started, I entered the arena. I couldn't believe my eyes. The atmosphere was amazing. Just walking out to my song, that was incredible. Today, I just wasn't supposed to win. Mallory was really well prepared for me. She was really well prepared for my game plan. I'd like to forget this quickly and move on.
War das irgendwie durch den Kopfstoß oder wie bist
You
du
got a
damit umgegangen?
cut quite quickly. So what was that like for you? To be honest, I was expecting it. In preparation, I never had a cut. But just a week before the fight, the same thing happened to me when I was sparring. So I got a cut from a knee. And it didn't heal properly in that week. That's why I was expecting to get that cut again. I knew she was gonna make a target out of it on my face. But I was expecting it. It was fine. These things happen.
Dankeschön.
It's part of the sport.
Letzte Frage von mir an Philipp. Ich meine, du machst das Ganze noch nicht so lange.
And the last question
und so weiter und so fort. Aber erzähl mal aus deiner
for
Sicht als
Philip Harburger.
Kommentator,
You haven't
wie war
been
es, vor so einer
the host for a long time,
Kultur
but
zu
from
stehen?
your point of view, what was it
Also,
like?
als Kommentator hast du ja normalerweise deine Headsets auf.
So
und
as a
ich hab die
commentator,
zwischendrin mal bewusst runtergenommen, einfach weil ich diese
It was a
Abrisskulisse
really
mal
interesting
einfach 1:1
experience
hören
for
wollte,
me.
ohne dass es durch irgendwelche Headsets oder irgendwelche Filter
I
läuft.
had my headset on. I had to
Ich denke,
take it off
was
to
krass ist,
take in
werde ich nie
the
mehr machen.
atmosphere in
Größer
the
geht's nicht.
arena.
Also, wie soll das bitte
I don't
größer
think
werden?
I'll ever
Dementsprechend kann man das nur
experience something
genießen.
like this. It was crazy.
Ich würde
It's really
viel dafür
important
geben,
to
einfach mal für
experience
einen
it
Kampf dort
live
vor
and
Zuschauern
fully.
zu sitzen, das Ganze einfach ganz
I'd
gemütlich
give
mit einer Tüte
everything
Popcorn
to be able to
anzuschauen. Wird nie
sit
passieren,
up in
aber
the arena
wer
and
bin ich, dass
just
ich
to
meckere? Ich
watch
hab die geilsten
one
Plätze im
match
ganzen Haus.
as a
Also,
fan.
Ich liebe es einfach.
But yeah, it was an
Ja,
incredible
Bergmann,
experience. I love it
Frage
here.
für Katharina de Lista. Katharina, du bist ein sehr, sehr analytischer Geist. Ich weiß, dass du
A question for
Niederlagen auch
Katarina.
als Lernen,
You have a
Chance
very
zu lernen
analytical
begreifst.
spirit.
Was ist deiner Meinung nach heute falsch gelaufen? Du kanntest die Gegnerin schon.
Today,
Was war
what
heute
was the
deiner Meinung
thing
nach
that didn't really work properly? Where was the problem?
Auf jeden Fall auch nochmal anschauen und analysieren.
I think I will analyze this later. At this point of time, it's quite difficult to say where the issue was. I think my mindset was great. I felt really good, but sometimes I was the biggest obstacle in my way. I had a huge repertoire of techniques. I was ready for a striking fight. I was ready for grappling, but I just couldn't use it all in my advantage. Mallory was really well prepared. She fought really well. And she knew me from the previous match. I knew her obviously from the previous match. And she really hit well. So all that came together, and what happened,
das ist das
happened.
richtige
But I'll
Stichwort.
take my
Steht 1:1
lessons and I'll be better
jetzt.
next
Dein
time.
Titel, wann gibt das Grudge Match?
So
Was glaubst
now
du, wie lange dauert
it's
es, bis es
1-1, right?
Ja, ich
She
glaub,
has your
eigentlich so
title.
auch 1-2 Wochen.
When do we get the
Nein, Spaß
rematch?
beiseite.
It's when my face gets healed
außer
in
meinem
about 2
Gesicht
weeks.
nichts
No,
abbekommen.
just kidding.
Ich werd,
Let's be
sobald
serious.
es geht, wieder ins Training einsteigen
Apart
und
from
den
the
Kampf machen,
face,
wieder
I'm completely
schnell,
fine. I'm not injured.
um halt einfach mir auch selbst
So
zu beweisen,
I can
dass ich
come
halt
back
einfach auch
to,
mehr kann.
I can start training again and wait for the next
Ich
fight.
denke jetzt auch, es wäre auch jetzt nicht realistisch, wenn wir jetzt sofort den nächsten Kampf direkt einen Rematch
But I
machen.
don't
Ich meine,
think
1-1
it's realistic to go back to a rematch straight
ich
away.
sollte mir halt auch erstmal einen Titelkampf wieder verdienen, indem ich mindestens mal 1 oder 2 Siege
I really need to fight through the division to get
Ja, dann
back.
vielleicht noch eine kurze
And
Frage
really
an
to
Dennis.
deserve the next
Dennis, was ging
chance
dir durch
for
den
the
Kopf, als
title.
Sie gesagt haben, du machst den ersten Kampf
A
des Abends
question
auf so
for
einer riesigen
Dennis.
Card. Das ist natürlich immer
What
ein bisschen
was going
eine
through your
Aufgabe
head
und
when you
belastend,
won?
aber bestmöglich
It was the
gelöst.
first
Du hast
fight
die
of the
wirklich komplett mal
tournament
abgerissen
and
und den
such a
bestmöglichen
huge
Einstieg für
win.
diesen Event eigentlich geboten. Ja, was ging dir durch den Kopf?
So what was going through your head? You gave the fans such a
Also im
huge
ersten
show,
Moment habe ich mir
a
erstmal
quick
gedacht,
finish as well.
warum ich? So, meine Kämpfe
At
sind
first,
immer
I
spektakulär.
thought,
Ich habe
why
nie einen
me?
langweiligen Kampf, egal
Well,
wo,
of course.
abgeliefert. Aber dann im Nachhinein
Of
habe
course
ich
it was
nochmal
me.
drüber
My
nachgedacht und
fights
dachte
are
mir so,
never
okay,
boring.
wir eröffnen
I
dieses
wasn't
historische
surprised at
Event.
all, and this was the
Zeig
right
den
way to
Leuten,
do it.
dass ich eigentlich auf die Maincard
I
gehöre.
was very happy to be able to
Danach genieße
open
ich
this
einfach den Abend
historic
mit meiner Familie
event,
und das haben wir gemacht.
and I think I belong to the main card.
Ein brutales Event wird es so, glaube ich, nie wieder
Yeah,
geben.
it was a brutal event. I don't think we'll ever see anything like this. And if we do, I hope I'll be there.
Kamal Schreiber, Max MMA. I have a question for Dennis Ilbay. Dennis, congratulations. Second win in a row for you. But I spoke with Max Holzer, and he told me he can imagine a fight against you. So can you imagine it too?
Answer in English or German? What do you want?
What do you want?
Also in erster Linie, wenn ihr die Chatverläufe mit mir und meinem Manager seht, dann werdet ihr
first of all,
sehen, dass ich schon vor langer Zeit gesagt habe, dass ich gegen ihn kämpfen will oder würde.
You could take a look at the
wollen und
messages
würden
I
sind
have
immer
with
zwei
my
verschiedene
manager.
Paar Schuhe. Mir ist es im Grunde genommen egal.
You know,
bin
wanting
bereit,
something and
mein
doing
Manager
it are two
entscheidet.
different things.
Der Mann
I'm
hat
ready for
auf
it,
der
but
ganzen
my
Welt in
manager
den
is the
besten
one calling the
Organisationen Leute
shots.
unter Vertrag und das schon seit mehr als einem Jahrzehnt. Der weiß ganz
He
genau, was richtig für seine
has
Jungs
the
ist.
best
Wenn's nach
organizational
mir ginge,
skills in
sofort.
the
Ich hätte
world,
damit kein
and he
Problem.
has the
Aber wie
best
gesagt, mein
fighters
Management
under
sowie
his
mein
arms.
Vater, die halten die Hand über mich.
So I wouldn't have a problem, but my management
weitere
and my
entscheiden die,
father,
aber
those are the
man weiß nie,
guys
was
who
die
actually
Zukunft so bringt.
decide.
Er ist ein aufstrebender, junger Kämpfer.
Also, we never
Ich
know
bin noch
what
kein
comes
alter
next,
Hase,
you know,
die
what's going to
30
happen
habe
in
ich
the
noch nicht
future.
angekratzt. Deshalb, also mir ist es im Grunde genommen egal, aber wie ich schon gesagt habe,
I'm not
Ivan,
an old
Tommy,
guy,
mein Vater,
but
die halten die Hand über.
my father and my manager,
Thank you.
they
I
decide.
have a question next.
Guck mal, ich sag dir jetzt noch was. Du bist noch ganz schön grün hinter den Ohren. Es ist alles schön und gut. Im Internet reißt ihr immer alle so die
I want to say
Fresse
one more
auf.
thing.
Und wenn man vor euch steht, geht ihr mit
Everything's fine.
gesenktem Kopf oder ihr kommt
You know,
an
on
auf
the
einen zu
internet,
und gibt
everyone's
einem die
smashing
Hand.
their
Ihr
faces
müsst alle noch ein bisschen
virtually,
lernen.
online.
Beschuss, ich bin immer sehr
They're
lieb,
shouting
immer sehr
abuse.
freundlich, aber der Schuss
But you
kann auch
need
nach
to
hinten
learn something. I'm always friendly. I'm always nice to other people.
Guck mal,
But you
einerseits
don't get to
im-
kick me.
ganz
You don't
kurz,
get
Baba,
to insult
bitte,
me.
Baba, in einem
Just hold on,
Interview
hold
sagst
on.
du, in einem Interview sagst du,
In an
deutsche
interview,
Duelle machen keinen Sinn.
You
In der
said
anderen Sekunde
that
sagst du,
German to German
Dennis will
fights
kämpfen.
don't make any sense.
was ist das?
But then later you said you wanted to fight me. What does that mean? What is it supposed to mean? Why are you saying that?
Was soll ich jetzt sagen? Ich würde nicht.
You said you wanted to face off
In
against
einem
me,
Moment sagst du,
but I
ja, es gibt so viele
wouldn't.
gute tschechische Leute, die
So one time you say there are so many great Czech fighters,
Du weißt manchmal, glaube ich, nicht, was du
but Dennis also fights Czechs. So what is it that you actually want?
Scheiß auf die
Du aber
Aufmerksamkeit,
manchmal
Mann.
nicht weißt, in welche Richtung der Schuss
Fuck
losgeht.
attention. I don't freaking care. I don't care about popularity.
Ich bin immer lieb.
I'll tell it once again. I'm a nice guy, I'm a friendly guy.
Nie so einen jungen Mann
But if you start insulting me,
könnt ihr euch alle warm
you'll see what's in me. I'll destroy you.
Ich mein's
Normal
aber
können wir den
wirklich
Kampf
ernst.
machen, wir müssen den Kampf nicht machen.
Yeah,
Und,
sure. Let's
ja.
do it. Let's make it happen.
Was hat das mit Ausrasten zu tun? Wenn man kämpft, dann kämpft man.
Nein,
Fertig.
das meine ich
Why are
nicht.
you going crazy about it right now?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Aber habe ich im Internet gegen dich
On the
geschossen?
internet, You're just saying
Ich habe
all
nur
kinds
gesagt,
of
du
stuff.
übertreibst mit dieser Respektsgeschichte. Weil im Endeffekt sind wir in einem Sport.
Talking about respect. Because all in all, that's what it's about.
Ja, natürlich. Ach, das ist doch nur Spaß, Mann.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Yeah, I like you. You're a young guy, but this is not fun anymore, okay?
Aber ich habe keinem irgendeine Krankheit gewünscht oder sonst was.
Du hast gesagt, wenn einer von denen
I didn't
ausfällt,
wish for anybody to get sick, first of all.
Die hol ich ja sofort raus im Internet.
Ja,
Weil
natürlich
Internet
meinte ich,
bleibt.
bin direkt bereit,
Ja,
auf die Karte zu gehen.
Männer, ich schlage vor, dass wir uns mal ein bisschen
What I
beruhigen.
meant to say is I was ready for this.
Ich schlage vor, dass wir jetzt alle mal eine Nacht darüber schlafen und dann können wir das in den kommenden Tagen ausdiskutieren, wer hier gegen wen kämpft.
So I'd say, let's sleep on this and tomorrow we'll all be a little bit calmer, okay?
Trainern an einen Tisch sitzen. Wir brauchen jetzt hier keine neue Dokus abzudrehen.
Of course, Octagon needs to have its say. We'll talk to the managers, we'll talk to the coaches, and then we'll talk later with cooler heads. Do you agree?
Ich wollte jetzt hier niemandem übers Maul fahren. Hat sonst noch irgendjemand konstruktive Fragen?
No, I didn't mean to cut your speech short. I didn't want to be not nice, but are there any other questions?
Question for Will Fleury. You told me in our post-fight interview that you want to have a beer with Pavel Langer because of that late hit when he was falling to the ground.
Yeah.
So, did you fulfill your promise?
Yeah, I did. Me and Pavel spent about 2 hours together outside, actually, and I was really surprised. He came up to me with a pint. I didn't even see him. He went to the bar, got a drink, came over to me, and I was a little bit flabbergasted, to be honest, because I wanted to meet him, get him a drink, but he got there first because he's just that kind of guy. Yeah, we spent a while chatting away, and look, it's not something I want to publicize. He just seems like a really genuine, decent dude. It was never a personal thing with Pavel. He was the #1 contender. I wanted to get as high as I could in the division as quickly as possible. He was the guy that was there. I wanted him because of that. Never a personal issue. Always seemed like a pretty good dude. Just chatted to him for 2 hours. Seems like a lovely man. I wish him the best in his future. This is the nature of the game we play. Somebody has to lose. I've done the work. I'm at this level. It's not me, mate. If you're that guy, come fight me. And look, what happened tonight happened. I've no ill will towards Pavel. I really hope the rest of his career goes really well. But I have to get where I want to be.
Thank you.
Ja, bitte.
Frage an Ion Topola, aber ich stelle das mal auf Englisch. The weight miss, did that affect you at all in the fight today?
Irgendwas mit Gewicht hat er gesagt, oder? Ich will keine Ausreden suchen. Im Endeffekt
I don't want to make excuses for myself.
so gelaufen, wie es gelaufen ist, aber ich hatte einige Komplikationen.
What happened happened. There were some complications on my part. I had just gotten back from the US and came back with some problems. But, you know, this is just the result.
Mund abwischen.
I just have to keep going. I have to keep paving my path, and I'll just keep working at it.
The only non-European fighter on this card representing the United States of America. How proud were you to represent the US here on this Octagon card?
Super proud. It's cool to come out here and be the only American on enemy I can't say that word, territory. But yeah, it was really cool.
And Katarina briefly spoke about a trilogy fight. Would you interest that fight?
Yeah, 100%. Whatever, if Octagon wants me to fight her again, I'll fight her again.
Gut, gibt es sonst noch weitere Fragen? Alles
Any
klar.
other questions?
Ansonsten war es das mit der offiziellen Pressekonferenz.
If not,
im Rahmen
then
von
this
der
is the
Prelims
end
Card.
of
Wir
the
bauen jetzt hier
first
gleich
part
um.
of the press
Die Kämpfer
conference,
wird dann erstmal
and
entlassen.
we'll
Gleich
see
kommen
you in a
Andrei
few
Nowotny
minutes
und
with
Pablo
the main
Neruda, dann
card.
das Ganze hier mit den
This will be
Kämpfern
moderated
aus
by
der
Andrei Nowotny
Vielen
and
Dank.
Pablo Neruda, and then we'll be going on with the
Jsme zpátky v Bratislavě. Jsme zpátky v aréně Ondřeja Nepelu.
Stories, attractive fights, the euphoria of victory and the pain of defeats. Just everything that comes with true sports entertainment. Come and join us and the best fans on the scene. Get your tickets at ticketportal.sk.
Welcome everyone. The press conference after tournament Octagon 62, the historical event where we broke the world record together. We just showed the world what we always wanted, why we become MMA promotion, why we came to Germany, to show the sportsmanship, show the public that it is a great sport, that these sportsmen deserve to be popular, to be followed, and to fight in front of such a great crowds like tonight. And we prove it, not just here in the venue, in this beautiful city of the Frankfurt, with the great fans, but also on the RTL Plus, which is a huge step. We show that the Octagon is the new big thing for Germany, and we are very, very proud of it, that you all guys was a part of it. Also, we would like to say a big thank you to... Hello. Man. Bitte, sitze. Guten Abend. König ist da. And we want to say let's wait for the king. Okay, now it holds. Massive thank you belong to all members of Octagon team, to all you journalists, all the fans, but also the people from Frankfurt, Christian Eckerlin, Niels Schlage, Max Koga, who really helped here with this event to make it happen. We were here just 2 years ago trying to negotiate a deal with the arena. That we tell them one day we will make a tournament here, and they were just like, yeah, sure, you guys. And now it happened. So big thanks to everyone, and let's go for the tip sport. Yeah, I think it deserves the applause for everyone, for you guys.
Yeah, I still don't have words and also no voice. So I will just say that it's a dream come true, and I will realize maybe after 14 days what we did just today. So Tip Sport Game Changer performance of the night, Tip Sport performance of the night is going to Mallory Martin. Congratulations. First question.
Marian Schuster, Deník Sport. Congratulations for this event. Knowing that you just broke the record for attendance, world record, are you immediately thinking about pushing the record further?
Yes.
Are you planning to arrange another event on football stadium in next year in Germany?
Yes, the rematch in Stuttgart.
In December.
Yeah, we got a lot of plans for...
Wake up,
no, it's okay. We got a lot of plans for Germany, but it's not easy to plan football stadiums and to fulfill them, and would love to do it, but probably not next year. But you never know.
But in future, like that's supposed to be like a norm. Like we're supposed to do 1 or 2 stadiums per year, and I think this was a very important step towards it. Like we really spread our brand like crazy and the sport to the people. So yeah, we are getting closer to this new standard.
You really push the brand, and how further do you want to push it? You are ruling the German scene, you are ruling the Czechoslovakian scene. Are you planning another country to visit?
It's not about the countries, about who's watching you where, and we want to stay humble. We want to definitely do more tournaments in Czech, Slovak, and Germany, and from these 3 countries we want to rule Europe, like we said before, and we are still stick with it. We want to be the MMA Championship League for Europe, and maybe a few other countries, but this is our goal, this is our target, and we believe that European fans recognize then that they can cheer for us.
You have new deal with RTL Plus. Are you already familiar with the numbers? Is this the biggest ever event watched in the Octagon history?
I'm not familiar with the numbers at all.
No, I don't know, me neither.
But people from RTL was smiling like crazy, so they probably know something. Yeah.
Are you happy?
Okay, so
they are happy.
Perfect.
Thank you. Otázka na Patrika Kinsla.
Question for Patrick Kinsel.
Okay, question for Patrick Kinsel. Did the atmosphere have any effect on your performance or on your feeling inside the octagon?
Honestly, I don't know, but I definitely felt some pressure. But I can't tell you how much it impacted my performance today.
Was it too hard to push the pedal, or you just don't know what was the problem?
It was crazy. The walkout when everybody booing you. It was. I don't know. It was my first time, but for a long time I didn't hear something like that, and it was huge. I think I had tunnel vision in the cage, but as you said, I can't just find the rhythm. I'm very disappointed with my performance today because I feel I lost it by myself. I already apologies to my coaches, to Paulo, to Ondra, because I feel I lost just by myself this fight.
Was there any corner advice or corner telling you that you are losing on points because the points are officially known in arena or in the corners?
They can't. I felt that. I think I had good start, good game plan, good vision of the fight, but I just can't find the right rhythm. I just can't find the timing and perfect strategies for Karim.
Was it any surprising in performance of Karim?
Not at all. Not at all. Not disrespect. It's not disrespect. I knew he is a high-level fighter. He didn't hurt me with any punch, and this is maybe the worst for me. That it was just. I feel like it's just my fault, and I have to change some things, or maybe it was all about the atmosphere. I don't know. I have to think about it.
How fast do you want to come back and set the mood back?
Tomorrow, But I have to go back to the gym. I have to go back to really hard work, and we'll see.
Last thing for you: is there any other fight, or are you planning to go straight to the title, to a rematch, or something like that?
I think it's just so fresh. I have to think about that. I have to talk with Paulo and Ondra about that. I have some plans, but I think it's in emotions. Even I considering go back to welterweight, then when the belt go back to middleweight, but I think it's just emotions, and as I said, I'm very disappointed with myself today.
Thank you, and all the respect.
Thank you, and congrats, Karim. Thank you for the fight.
Question for Karim. Congratulations, Karim. Great performance. Was it any surprising from Patrick Gamesland on the other hand?
First of all, thank you, Patrick, was a hard fight. It was a really hard fight. He's a very strong guy, physical, and I hit so hard. For him, no problem. He take very hard punches, and this was for him no problems. Normally, when I hit someone, he got knocked out. But this was for me very good to fight 5 rounds for myself, for all my haters. That they showed today that I'm really the champion. Yes.
And last thing for me, how hard was it to keep up the tactic during the great atmosphere that people were cheering for you, they were calling your name?
It was crazy, amazing. The whole crowd are screaming, and a little bit shit was it was very cold in the area because we make us really warm, and then I get in the cage. It was very cold, and then you must start again, you know. It was a good fight for me, a new experience to fight 5 rounds, not just 1 or 2 rounds. And yeah, I'm happy to be the new champion here in Octagon MMA. And thank you again, Patrick Kenzel. He's the true champion.
Thank you.
Jakub von MMA ohne Maske. Erste Frage an Christian Eckelin. Erstmal Glückwunsch zum deinem Sieg. Wie schwer ist es, sich zu beherrschen, vor seinem Publikum zu kämpfen, einfach den Gameplan zu verfolgen?
Nicht schwer.
How hard was it to follow your game plan? I had a great preparation. After the previous fight with Brosch, I took a short break, and no matter the opponent, I went all into my training. I was really in the mood to fight. Whenever someone asks me what my motivation is, I just have to laugh. I tell everyone, I don't have to fight. I am a self-made man. I made everything myself. I had to fight all along through my whole life. Everyone had to fight. Someone had to fight a lot, someone a little bit less, but that's something that we have in common. Everyone can make the decision, are they going to fight or are they going to give up? And me, I've always been a fighter. What other people say, I don't give a fuck.
Nochmal eine Frage an Christian Eckelin. Gab es schon ein Feierabendbier?
Another question on Christian. Have you had your beer? I've had 2.
Aber noch mal ganz kurz zum Kampfverlauf.
But I just want to say something real quick about the match. I want to give my respect to Christian. He is a fighter. It's not easy to fight him, so that's why I want to mention this. He never avoids anyone. He never flees, and he just leaves everything in the cage. He gives his best. Just like other fighters on the fight card, I have to say, it's just a great success that we've organized this. So thank you, Christian.
Christian Jungwirth, du hast heute mit Christian Eckelin gemeinsam einen der
Christian
größten Kämpfe
Jungwirth.
auf dem deutschen Boden ausgetragen. Trotz Niederlage, was machst du dann wieder am Montag? Gehst du trainieren?
You've shown one of the greatest matches in Germany. What are you going to do on Monday? Are you going to have a break or are you going to go to the gym? Normally I would go back to the gym, but now we've had a tough few weeks, so I need a short break. I will have a holiday coming up, so I'll spend some time with my children. I'll also take care of my mom. So that's my plan for Monday. I'd also like to say that Christian was a great opponent, great fight. A rematch? Why not? But in Stuttgart.
Guck mal, Christian, ich mag dich sehr, wirklich, ich mag dich sehr.
Christian, I
Aber ich
really
glaube,
like you.
Ja, lass mal noch
But
ein
a
bisschen
rematch?
Lass mal Zeit
Lass
vergehen.
mal noch ein bisschen.
Wir machen noch
Trinken
2, 3
wir noch
Kämpfe.
2, 3 Bier?
Geht das mal auf?
2, 3 Bier?
We need some more time.
Wir machen vielleicht noch
Und dann
2, 3
schauen wir
Kämpfe. 2, 3 Kämpfe vielleicht zwischendrin, dann treffen wir uns nochmal in Stuttgart. Dann kämpfen wir vielleicht um Titel.
We're going to have a few matches, but then we can meet in Stuttgart.
Nächste Frage an Kerim Engisek.
100%.
Kerim, exzellente
Next question for Kerim.
Leistung heute. Glückwunsch, du bist Champion.
Kerim, a great performance. Congratulations, you're a champ. In the second round, we saw you being hit to the foot by Patrick. Did it affect your performance?
Nicht am Bein. Ich habe durch die Calf-Kicks habe ich jetzt Ich habe ihm die ganze Zeit die Calf-Kicks gegeben. Also
No, he didn't
nicht
hit my
gewonnen auf seinen
leg,
Tritten.
but it was
Ich hoffe nicht, dass es
the
gebrochen
calf
ist.
kicks
Sehr
that
dick auf jeden
were
Fall.
very hard. I hope that nothing is broken.
Er steht ins Krankenhaus fahren,
But it
dass
was
man das
really
checken lassen.
hard for me to step on my foot, so I need to
War jetzt
have
kein
it checked
Wirkungstreffer.
at the doctor's. But
Du
it
hast was ganz
wasn't
Schönes
something
nach dem
that would
Kampf
make a
gesagt. Du hast
difference, no.
jemandem den Sieg gewidmet. Kannst du das
You
vielleicht
said
noch mal
something
wiederholen?
really beautiful
Das ist ein
after
kleiner
the
Junge,
match.
der ist,
You gave
war
someone your
einer
victory, you
meiner Fans
dedicated it to
damals,
someone.
glaub ich,
It's a
18
young
Jahre alt.
boy, one of my youngest fans.
Der Arme hat jetzt, er leidet an Blutkrebs. Hat
He was
haufenweise
8, 9,
Chemotherapie.
and he suffers from
Und ich wollte ihn damit
leukemia.
auch motivieren,
Now
dass er
he's
nicht
undergoing
aufgibt.
chemotherapy, and I wanted to give him some motivation. I wanted to tell him not to give up, to give him some
Tag
strength.
gehe ich ihn noch besuchen, bringe ich ihm den Gürtel mit.
In the next few days, I'm going to visit him, and I'm going to show him my belt to give him some hope.
Frage an Nico Samsonidze. Nico, erstmal schön, dich
Question
wieder auf
for
der Siegerstraße
Nico.
zu sehen. Nach dem
Nico,
Titelbruch,
we're
nach der
really
Niederlage.
happy
Wie fühlt sich das jetzt
that
an, von so einer
you are
Aktivist,
continuing with
dein
your
Comeback zu
winning
geben?
streak after your past losses
Ich
and
bin
your
richtig
broken
happy. Es ist
cheekbone.
so eine Last von
How
meinen
did it
Schultern
feel,
gefallen.
your
Es
comeback,
war für mich
your
die
victory?
erste
I'm super
richtige
happy.
Niederlage,
I'm just
die ich hatte
relieved.
im Dezember letztes Jahr. Davor waren es halt einfach
It
Verletzungen
was a
oder
really
unglückliche
hard loss
Missstände
back
und,
with Keita in
so
December,
ein gutes
and the
Gefühl.
whole thing
Ich
was
hab ehrlich
just
gesagt
a
erst
bit
danach
unfortunate. So
realisiert, was das für eine
I'm
krasse
really happy
Kulisse
now
ist.
to
Bin
have won.
hoch auf die Ränge
Only
gegangen,
after
hab erst mal
that,
gecheckt,
I
wie viele Leute
realized
hier
what
sind.
was happening.
Einfach unglaublich.
I
Also,
looked around and saw
was ihr
this
hier
huge amount of
auf
people.
die Beine gestellt habt, so
This thing, that's what you've achieved, that's just incredible.
Karim, vor dem Kampf haben so viele gesagt, ey, man weiß nicht, okay, welches Level hat Karim Engisek. So viele haben gesagt, okay,
Many
du hast einen
people
High-Level-Kämpfer
before the
gekämpft.
fight
Jetzt hast
said
du
that
bewiesen,
no
in
one
einem
knew
5-Runden-Kampf,
what the
fünf
level
Runden,
of Kerim
sag ich
Engisek
mal,
was.
Level
But now
gezeigt.
in this
Was für eine
5-round match,
Gewichtung ist das jetzt,
you've shown
dass du
everyone
allen
that
Leuten
you're
das
worth
nochmal
being a
gezeigt hast?
champ. How does it
Also,
feel
ne?
for you to show
Hätte ich ihn jetzt in
everyone
der
that
ersten Runde
you're
ausgenockt,
amazing?
was hätten die gesagt?
Look,
Oh ja, Lucky Punch. Weißt du, jetzt habe ich gezeigt,
if I had knocked him
was
down
wollen-
in
was
the
wollen die jetzt
first
sagen? Was will man
round,
jetzt sagen? Ja, erste Runde Glück, zweite Runde,
that would be
keine Ahnung, hat der
different. But
losgezogen.
what can the
Was
people
willst du
say
jetzt
now
sagen?
after
Ich hab alle
5
Mäuler damit
rounds?
geschlossen.
That was no luck.
Patrick Künzel ist eine Nummer. Ehrlich.
I showed them.
Ich war damals schon
And I
Fan
showed
von
them
ihm,
that
ehrlich
I
jetzt.
could
Ich war
beat
damals Fan
Patrick,
von ihm. Ich hab ihn
a
damals
great
live bei
fighter.
ACA kämpfen,
I've
der
always
hat mir
been a
gedacht,
fan
der
of
Monster.
Patrick's.
Weißt du, ich hätte niemals gedacht,
I,
dass ich mal bei
I
ihm
saw him in
kämpfen
other
würde.
organizations, and I would never think that we would ever
Auf jeden Fall nur größten
go against
Respekt
each
an
other. So I respect him. I respect him a lot.
Frage an Lazar Todev. Mit deinem Sieg hast du dich jetzt
A question
sag ich
for
mal,
Lazar
wieder ins
Todev.
Titelrennen gebracht oder du hast den sicheren Titelkampf
You got your win.
gegen Hatef Muel,
And now
am
you have a
7.
title shot
Dezember.
against Hatef Moel.
Wie
You're due to
motivierst
fight
du
on the
dich jetzt in
7th
diesen
of
Kampf
December
nach
in
dem, sag ich
Munich.
mal,
How
mehr oder weniger
motivated are
Kontroversen in
you
deinen Augen
to go into this
Punkturteil
fight?
im ersten Kampf? Wie
Because
sehr
the
Bock
first
hast du
fight
jetzt,
might have
das
been a little
den
bit
Gürtel
controversial
zu
in
den
your
Haaren
eyes.
zu holen?
So are you looking forward to getting the belt?
Die Motivation ändert sich nicht. Also ich habe immer als Ziel gehabt,
Well, the motivation remains the same.
den Titel zu
I've
bekommen.
always had the same goal ever since I entered Octagon. All I
Jetzt habe
want
ich, sagen wir mal,
is
die
the
heutige
title.
Aufgabe gelöst. Jetzt kommt die nächste. Die nächste ist der Harte. Da muss ich
And
mich
today,
vorbereiten.
I sorted out what I needed to, and now I have another goal in front of me. I need to prepare for that and give it my all and get the title. Before you said easy money, do you think Hatef is still easy money for you?
Performance über mich zu reden. Aber ja, ist ein zu
Well,
easy
I'll
money
let my performance speak. Yeah, but it is. He is easy money.
Ja, Michael Bauer, NTV. Christian, erstmal Glückwunsch zum Sieg im
Christian,
Main Event und zu deinem Titel King of
congratulations on your
Germany.
win.
Die letzten
You're the
beiden
king
Kämpfe
of
waren
Germany
jeweils
now.
in Frankfurt. Festhalle ist immer was Besonderes für dich und jetzt
The
auch
first
hier
two
im Stadion
events were
was Besonderes für
in
alle. Für dich
Festhalle
nochmal
in
eine
Frankfurt.
Schippe
That was
obendrauf.
exceptional for you. But at this
Muss es
stadium,
für
it
den
was
nächsten
exceptional
Fight
for
eine
everyone. It was
sportliche
like a cherry on
Herausforderung
top.
sein? Muss es ein besonderes Event für dich sein? Du hast schon ein bisschen in die Zukunft
Does your
blicken
next
lassen.
fight
Vielleicht
also
geht's
have to
irgendwann mal
take
um den
place
Titel im
at a
Weltergewicht.
exceptional place, or what's
Für mich war
the
das
next
heute ein
challenge?
Kindheitstraum, was in Erfüllung gegangen ist. Ganz klar.
Today,
Ich hab's schon,
my
glaub ich,
childhood dream came
14
true.
Tage 5000 Mal erzählt. Ich wollte als Kind hier Fußball spielen, immer für die
For the
Eintracht.
past 2 weeks,
Jedes
I've
Heimspiel
kept
eigentlich, wenn
repeating
ich kam
this.
zur Eintracht
I wanted
und,
to
hier
play
zu kämpfen
football for Eintracht. I go to all the home matches, and this time I fought in the very same stadium. Now that's a cherry on top of my entire career. What happened out there, I was
Total glücklich,
speechless.
aber ich muss auch natürlich dazu sagen, mir sind
I'm incredibly
keine Ahnung,
happy right now.
massenhaft Steine vom Buckel gefallen heute, nach dem Kampf jetzt.
But also I need to say I was
In die Zukunft,
incredibly
ich gucke
relieved.
immer nur von Kampf zu Kampf, auf jeden Fall geht's weiter.
Now, when it comes to
Das ist
future
sicher.
plans,
Und wenn's die
I
kleineren Events sind,
always think
hier,
one
Festhalle
fight
der
to
Woche,
the next. So we'll see what
Octagon
comes
hat gestern
next,
angekündigt,
and I
wo
have
sie
no
hingehen.
issue to
So
fight
Hamburg
in
und sowas,
Festhalle
auch
or
geil zu
anywhere else.
kämpfen.
Octagon has already told
noch
us
Leute
where the
dahin zu
next
ziehen.
tournaments are.
Ist mir egal. Sitzen die zwei
Hamburg
Chefs.
sounds pretty good.
Jetzt wird der Titel
Maybe some
ausgekämpft, aber
fans
ich will
could
nicht so
see me there.
hochgreifen, weil
Well, we have the title fight here,
aber ich habe immer gesagt, ich
and
will
you have the
große
promoters
Kämpfe
next
machen,
to
noch
me.
zum Abschluss meiner
They'll
Karriere.
decide.
Solange
But I always
habe ich
said
nicht
I
mehr
wanted
vorzukämpfen.
very, very big
Mit
fights,
40 sollte eigentlich rum
especially at
sein,
the end
aber
of my
man weiß
career.
ja nie.
I think
Genau.
I'll stop
Ja,
at
mal
around
schauen.
40. You never know.
Wenn die noch ein
We'll
bisschen
see.
hier noch weiter in die Tasche greifen, dann mache ich auch über 40.
Maybe if we have some more money, I might fight even after 40.
Dann wäre ja die Anschlussfrage eine Frage, die den Sport im Allgemeinen in
Maybe
Deutschland
one more
betrifft.
question.
Wenn du dann mit 45,
And this might be
46
important
Käfigrente
concerning
gehst,
sport
sozusagen.
in Germany in
Was
general.
stimmt dich denn zuversichtlich, dass du hast dieses Event heute getragen,
If you enter your,
dass das in Zukunft so
your
weitergeht mit dem Sport? Jetzt waren ja viele jüngere
the end of your
Kämpfer auch auf
career,
der
your
Karte.
retirement,
Was sind
you were
die
kind of
positiven
the
Dinge, die du
spine of this entire event. So what comes next? What do you take away from your career? Well, everything's positive. What happened today and everything else too. But I'm not the spine of today's MMA in Germany. Christian also brought a number of fans, and so did Kerim. Even Patrick Ginsel. He really drew in a lot of fans.
Auch wenn wir gegeneinander kämpfen.
We're
Aber am
all
Ende,
in this together.
machen wir es für die Fans.
Even though we fight each other occasionally, but at the end of the day, we're doing it for the fans, for the people who support
Es
us.
geht weiter. Wir müssen aber, wie du schon gesagt hast, viele junge Kämpfer, das auch gut so ist, die auf einer großen
So yeah,
Bühne
it will keep on going.
gekämpft haben.
We have many young fighters, and that's a positive thing as well. I'm very glad we've had young fighters at such a huge stage too. And sport keeps going on. Question for Kerim. Congratulations. First, you have your title right now. So could you explain your game plan a little bit? Because Patrick Ginsel said he couldn't find his rhythm, for example. Do you want it to distort his rhythm? I'm a very complex, variable fighter. I can box and I can kick. And it's very difficult to really find the recipe for me. I can answer the shots from all kinds of spaces. I even showed that I can grapple. Some people thought I couldn't, but I proved them wrong. And that was my plan. I wanted to do what I'm best at. I didn't want to be carried away by his style. I didn't want to let him give me his tempo. But when he hit me, that was hard as rocks. Even his kicks. Look at my body right now. He was very, very strong, and his punches were strong as well. But I was sticking to my plan, sticking to my style. I know he's very strong. I fought some of the strongest people in the world, and I've trained with some of the strongest people, with Pereira, Soldic, and other guys as well. So I just thought, I'll give it 100%, do what I'm best at, and go for the belt.
Ja, Marc Bergmann hier drüben, Frage für Christian Eckerlin. Christian, du bist ja
I have a question for Christian
lange dabei, hast
Eckerlin.
einen großen Teil der Entwicklung des MMA-Sports in Deutschland miterlebt, auch mitgestaltet. Von
Christian,
den kleinen Hallen am Anfang jetzt zu
you've been on the scene in Germany for quite some
Was
time.
glaubst du, was für eine Auswirkung
From the
dieses
very
Event heute
beginning
haben wird
of
auf
the
die
sport
weitere
in the
Entwicklung des
country.
Sports? Denn ihr habt ja auch sehr, sehr viele Leute aus
How do you think this event will influence the
Ja,
future of
das ist eine
MMA?
gute Frage. Es wird man jetzt die nächste Zeit erst sehen.
That's
Aber
a
natürlich
great
muss man
question.
sagen, dass RTL Plus
We
hier
will
mit
see.
eingestiegen ist.
Only future will tell.
Das ist einfach ein Wahnsinn. Ich meine, man gab's
But
das
just the
gab's bei
fact
Klitschko
that we
oder bei
managed to
anderen
do
Boxkämpfern früher.
this,
Jetzt
that's
sind wir dran.
absolutely
Und das
crazy.
ist genau der richtige Weg.
Klitschko fought at this stadium, and now it's our turn.
Nur so kann man den Standard hier in
It
Deutschland
needs to
halten. Wir haben
continue, and it
Top-Kämpfer.
needs to grow, it
Einfach
needs
total.
to be huge.
Jeder
That's
hat
the
das heute
only way we
Abend
can
gesehen,
keep
was-
the
wir
level
haben einfach
here
ein
in
Stadion
Germany.
gefüllt, alle zusammen. Das ist doch krank.
We have
Wer hat
great
das gemacht?
fighters, and
Kein
today
Mensch.
we sold out an arena, we sold out the stadium. That's crazy. Who did that?
Ja, war ohne Frage eine brutale Show. Jetzt gab es im Vorfeld so ein paar
It
Spekulationen,
was a
wenn Eckerlin
brutal
gewinnt,
show today.
absoluter Höhepunkt. Ich meine, viel größer wird es nicht
There were
als
some
60.000
speculations that
im Waldstadion in
Eckerlin might
Frankfurt.
win.
Vielleicht hört er dann ja auch auf oder, ne, das hast du selber schon
And
gesagt,
there were
nee, geht weiter.
60,000 fans in
Wie motivierst du
attendance.
dich in Zukunft? Weil ich
Can
sag
we
mal, besser
go
als heute
further?
kann's ja eigentlich kaum
How
sein.
do you keep motivated in the future? Because it doesn't get much bigger than this. I'm not looking for motivation. This is my life. I love it. And you probably know how I started out. I started from the bottom. I worked hard to get where I am right now. And that's my motivation. That's what drives me. And I really want to support the youth as well. I want to encourage them to take up MMA. Today, we see that on the social media there are tons of young people, and we need to support that. Of course, the people in Octagon and even outside of Octagon, they know that this is like the Champions League. There's not much more I can say about this. It's a huge promotion, and I'm very glad to have been able to contribute to it. But I'm not alone. Yeah, I want to make that clear. I'm not alone. I need to talk about my coaches and the other fighters as well. Everyone's working hard, even the journalists talking about all this. Huge respect for everyone and thank you.
Habe ich noch eine Frage an den anderen Christian Jungwirth, der auch einen großen Teil dazu beigetragen hat,
A question for the other Christian.
geworden ist. Christian, ich sehe dich jetzt, beobachte dich die ganze Zeit schon, seit du da sitzt.
You also helped to give this event such huge success. You're here, sitting down, smiling. Today, you didn't win. It just wasn't enough. But you had a sort of moral win. How do you feel? Yeah, losing really sucks. But life goes on. This is how I approach things. That's life. You get up and you keep moving. I'm really grateful to have been here, to have helped with the success of this show, and I'm looking forward for the next fight, but I don't know who that will be.
Hast du schon Zeit gehabt, mit deinem Team zu sprechen, was vielleicht ein bisschen falsch gelaufen sein könnte?
Have you had time to talk to your team
Eckerlin hat's dann doch hinten raus relativ klar
about
gestaltet.
what's happening next?
Warum hat es heute nicht geklappt?
Eckerlin told us his side of the story, so why weren't you successful today? 4 weeks before the fight, I broke one of my toes. So I wasn't 100%, but that's normal. That happens during preparation. So I don't want to just blame it on that. Today, my performance wasn't enough, but we'll see what happens next.
I have a question for Lazar Trudeau. After the fight, we saw a crazy stare down. After the fight, we saw a crazy stare down between you and Moyel. How do you feel about that? That even though that you won, but you have had a fight and something like that happened.
I don't know, man. I'm professional. It was, a little bit emotional, but it's something normal for me. You know, I was waiting of him. He was in the cage with dogs, and in 2 months we're gonna fight again. Yeah.
Thank you. I will continue with promoters, and especially Pavel. We saw that during that stare down, you absorbed some left hook from Moyel. So how do you feel, and will it have some consequences for him?
Yeah, I got it like somewhere here. And I was thinking if my chin is so strong or the punch was so weak, but probably the second. Yeah, I was good, but he hit good. Yeah. You don't want this from Hatev, definitely.
And it's good news for Lazar, actually, no? The punch is not that strong.
I know it, actually.
And last question is more for Andre. So yesterday you told me that it's still too early to talk about period replacement in Bratislava, but Will Fleury said today that he is ready to take that fight, and Vemola said maybe. So how big is the chance that we will see this fight next month?
I don't know. Really, I don't know. Like, I know that it will be popular if I will say something about it, but Monday, Tuesday.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anybody's got a last 3 maximum question?
Me? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Karl Czubik für Fighting.de. 2 Fragen an Christian Eckerlin. Christian,
Mám dvě otázky na Christiana Eckerlina.
Was glaubst du, ich glaube, in 14 Tagen ist das nächste Spiel. Was glaubst du, was für ein Gefühl wird, wenn du da
You said you go to all the Eintracht fights. In 2 weeks there's another one. So what will the feeling be like when you next enter the arena? As I said, this is my hometown, this is my home. Whenever I enter the stadium, I can feel it. It's not in 2 weeks, it's next week. It will feel still the same. It will be Eintracht match, just like every single time. And one more question. This was your first big fight where you didn't have your coach. What was your preparation like?
Wally ist ein Riesencoach.
Your coach left MMA Spirit. He was a great coach, he was a great trainer, but that time is over. I need to keep moving on, and everything has its time. I had a different coach who's been with us for about 15 years, and I've known him from the past.
Was anderes, sag ich mal, weil hat den
I have to say, it was different
Wally hat mehr so den boxerischen MMA-Style,
because he has a kind of a Dutch style.
Mehr Kombinationen, also auch jetzt in der Vorbereitung, wir haben, glaube ich,
But I have to say
8x5
that
Minuten gemacht.
our preparation is more combined with 8 times 5 minutes. We train takedowns and all sorts of things. I have to say this was the most brutal camp I ever had. I thought it was gonna be, it was brutal, but this preparation really helped me. It helped me fight more cleverly, and it's all going in the right direction.
Sorry, letzte Frage an Nico Samsonice. Nico, ich war damals dabei, als du dir
Last question for Nico
das
Samsonice.
Bein gebrochen hast, das direkt am Cage. Heute hast du
Nico,
vor 60.000
we
Menschen
know
gekämpft.
that you
Erzähl mal
broke
ganz
your
kurz,
leg
wie
in the
es ist,
cage
diese
once.
Reise von damals
Today you
bis
fought
heute.
in front of 60,000 people. Could you describe your journey from that fight to tonight? To be honest, it's hard to put into words.
Dass man kickt und sich das Bein bricht.
Simply put, this is the nightmare of every fighter, breaking a leg like that.
Zu beschreiben, da sind so viele
Kicking and breaking your leg is the worst nightmare, really.
Und dann wieder kämpfen zu können.
From the last fight, I've experienced so much fear. I was down mentally for a while. And it's a process, it's a journey to get back up. I'm glad that I made it all the way here, that I could fight today and enjoy it.
It's every child's dream to play Champions League football. While you didn't play Champions League football, you walked out to the Champions League anthem for a fist fight. How special was that?
Ja, ich sag mal so, mein Kindheitstraum ging heute in Erfüllung. Davon habe ich als kleiner Junge geträumt.
Today, my childhood dream came true. Every time I saw the Champions League's finale, I thought that I would love to do that, and it gave me goosebumps. Nothing has changed. It was undescribable back then, or unimaginable, and it was the same today. I was happy with how the night went. My training is what I mean. My training was great. And I'm not ashamed of my performance tonight either.
My final question for
And when you stick to it, your dreams can come true.
for the promoters, we know how the fighters are probably going to celebrate with a few beers. How do you guys plan to celebrate this incredible night?
Yeah, also with a couple of beers or maybe champagne. Yeah. We like the champagne, but we will celebrate with the team. Like all people work so hard last month, so it's a big achievement for the team as well. So we want to celebrate it also with the fighters and teams. So that's a big moment. Like kind of tired at night, but you want to celebrate it because we deserve it. We work hard, they train hard for it. So yeah, now is the moment to celebrate, and by Monday back to work.
Christian is paying, so it's gonna be champagne.
Congratulations.
Okay, ja, als erstes möchte ich mich, also Fabricius von Nota MMA, freut mich sehr. Ich möchte mich erstmal bei den Promotern bedanken, dass ihr es geschafft habt, MMA in Deutschland
I would just like to say thanks to the promoters for being able to do something like this, to being able to throw an event like this with so many people. Congratulations. And also thanks to all the fighters. These were great fights that we saw, great performances.
Meine Frage wäre nochmal an Kerim.
This is a great MMA promotion. Question for Kevin. Kevin, you fought in welterweight for a long time. Now you're in the middleweight category and you managed to win. Is this a better weight division for you? How do you feel about it?
Heute Morgen 89 Kilo.
Today, I weighed 69 kilos. Sorry, 89 kilos, actually. Usually, I'm more of a middleweight type of guy, but, you know, I can take on any division. Both those divisions are good for me. I could even go for the belt at the 70 kilo category.
But there will be a new one.
Vielleicht kann man sich den Titel bei 77, vielleicht noch ein Halbschwergewicht mal schon. Nein, mal jetzt erstmal Schritt für Schritt auf jeden Fall. Ja.
We'll take it step by step, you know?
MMA for today from Germany, Kerim Engizek.
Last question, Kerim, for you.
Letzte Frage. Mahmoud Muradov hat sich euren Kampf angeschaut. Bevor du dann runtergehst, wäre das eventuell ein
watched your fight today.
Das ist ein interessanter Kämpfer, ich feiere ihn sehr.
Do you think that you could face off against him? Do you see him as a possible opponent? Well, we'll see what the future brings, but I think it would make for an interesting fight. Mahmoud Muradov?
For the first title defense?
I'll have to doing much on the press conference, but yeah,
What does
Mach is
Andra
definitely
and
one of the
Pavel think about
guys
it?
who's next in the row. So yeah, Mach is in the mix. That's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, so guys, that's sorry. It's
late. I must go
not,
to the hospital.
Not even. I will just say something, and that will be the end. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. I just wanna say that everybody's talking about us, but as a promoters, but today it was like more than 2,000 people who help us. But there's two people what I want to mention. It's one of them is Niels Schlagel sitting there. Niels believed in us from day one. Once we came to Frankfurt or behind the Frankfurt because we missed the city, he came for us with his car, and from day one he's helping us a lot. So Niels, this is also about you. You did a great work for whole Germany. And also many people from other GMAT, the list will go on and on. But today it was a big day for MMA also for one reason, that we start our cooperation RTL Plus. And you know maybe better than we that it means something in Germany. And people from RTL looks like they are happy. And if we will continue on RTL, it will be much more money into the sport for the fighters, for you as a trainers, for everybody whoever will step into your gyms. More people will come, so we are really happy that they are happy. And one particularly boy from RTL, Wolfgang, thank you very much because you made it happen. So thank you guys, we love you. See you next time.
Jsme zpátky v Bratislavě. Jsme zpátky v aréně Ondřeja Nepelu.
Stories, attractive fights, the euphoria of victory and the pain of defeats. Just everything that comes with true sports entertainment. Come and join us and the best fans on the scene. Get your tickets at ticketportal.sk.